Hello Cobras, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I'm TryclydeTamer. Last time, after a brief, sudden battle against King Bulblin when he kidnapped Colin in Kakariko Village, we made our way up Death Mountain, and now we are starting the Goron Mines in search of the tribal patriarch Darbus. But I feel that with him being a monster and stuff, we might have to do a few things beforehand, especially considering this is a sizable dungeon with plenty of fire hazards, or magma lava, you know. Magma when it's underground. I guess we're technically underground, being under the stuff that makes the ground in this volcano-ish thing that is Death Mountain. Seems like you can interact with all these valves and stuff, but there's no need for that. And you're not going to burn up or anything with your current tunic, no need to worry about that. But you do need to worry, for whatever reason, the wood is being burnt by everything else, and then a few things have, but I'm going to put on my iron boots right here to stay this puzzle. You ready? Anxiety-inducing with how it gets higher and higher with the ticking of the metronome, you know? Gotta pressure down this pressure plate, switch again, and it feels like it'll be really hot if you ran up against it. It's gotta be swift in how you do things. Oh, here comes the enemy music. To our right is a fire toad pulley, and it's hitting us. What we could do is deflect with our shield bashing, with the shield attack, you know, and make your way over. And here's an enemy. I like to finish it. This rather didn't ignite there to do some damage to me and not be able to die within itself. A torch slug. And here we have a chest that I'm not immediately obtaining the reward of because I'm just scouting around a little bit. Open up a simple chest for a simple 20 rupees of redness and whiteness and stuff. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a white outline, I guess. Alright. Thing over there. Can't really pass through, but we can pass through when there's a thing right there. A little switchy swiggle. Ready for this guy. Be careful that he doesn't cause you trouble problems, you know? And let's pressure plate it down. 1 foot isn't enough. You gotta wait for it to show you where things are going. And I believe there's actually another torch slug that you could potentially fall to right there. It's not really on screen. Yep, here it is right here. Might be a little bit of stuff right there that causes... Oop, oh man, really made that. Thought it wouldn't make it. It's blazing now. Probably took another second or a half right after. Let's see if I can do the damage all the way from here. Nah, I wouldn't do it. Well, I mean, I could do the finishing thing. I'm just gonna do a spin attack to do an all-sweeping motion. Come on, where are the hearts at, man? Can I get it out of you? It's weird. It's like you either get it when you toss the rock or get it when you first pick it up. Just gonna toss everything. There's my heart. I could have just destroyed it with my sword, you know. Even though it really should be ignited in flames, judging by stuff. Especially in Breath of the Wild, where you need your flame protection and stuff. Or at least an elixir that would do that. Anyway, we must pressure down that right there so we can continue along. Doodly doodly doo with the great puzzle solved music. We are continuing into the Goron Mines, which we're already located within, as you know, with the place stuff titling. It seems like those guys' clubs are facing through. Telling you how things are working. Looks sort of metallic, the stuff up there. I don't know what all that would mean. Okay, don't want to go too far from there. Gotta remember things are mirrored for me. Got a nice big old chest right there. We'll see what's in there momentarily after I shield bash a guy that I'm not targeted to. See? I'm just being strategic with this. Finish the guy right there. I'll save you as the last one. And you're impervious while you're getting out. Yeah, just gotta conk you out a little bit while I get ready to do the finishing stuff on you, even if it's not an ending blow. Anyway, though, we start off the treasure collection with a small key, even though we already got a red ruby, but that's not a big deal. Red ruby, red rover. What's the difference? Destroy the pots. I could pick them up and toss them, but now I feel the need to destroy everything with my sword. Is there something over this way? It kind of feels like there would be. Nah, just walking around. I think I'm smelling my computer heating up a little bit. Hope that doesn't become a problem, and I can actually smell a little bit more than I usually do. Hope that's nothing. Maybe it's just lay the environment for me where we are, burning metal, and hope it's not as big as a deal like a active volcano inside of things. My computer. Oop! I wouldn't be able to make that jump. An active volcano, if I were to be more correct. But yeah, if you made it all the way over here without a key, you wouldn't be able to pass through. How new of an idea? You don't have a key, can't continue. Everybody know Let's get a Master Key, which isn't a thing in this game, unfortunately. Oh, look over there. A Dodongo. You can't really climb up this, even though you could on the outside of the dungeon. What's so special about the interior stuff? Interior crocodile alligator enemies that we will be seeing momentarily. That's one we tried to do stuff with. Here's the first one that we actually try to hit. You gotta hit his tail, of course. Watch out for the fire. You can lock onto the head or the tail. And it's so scaly that you must attack that very vulnerable tail. You don't have to worry about explosions that would hurt you. Just normal enemy dying explosions. Standard fare for Zelda games. Zelda games, you know. Gotta destroy everything in my path, even if it yields me nothing. And even if I am falling into the lava magma. Our adventure is over. I would like to thank you for watching this Let's Play. I've had a fun time. I am joking. I make a funny. I want to hit that guy again, though. Ain't happened. I thought I saw a heart come out of something, but I'm not super concerned. Let's see if I can get it out of one of these crates, even though once you get a reward out of something, you usually aren't able to get more. Okay, you get a ruby out of that. Hearts, anyone? Anybody putting their human Hylian hearts anywhere? There's that one. Alright, so watch for the timing. Wait for this. Okay, there's that. Only a few things are going to be spewing at a time. It's like we're plugging stuff. That one, and someone's massaging me. My son. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot this guy in right here. When he's up against the wall. Kind of strategic. You could just aim his tail towards the lava, even though that would probably be what is his demise. I think probably first time I go off screen, if I do, I don't know when exactly I would, because I want to show as many things on screen without being 2013 me and editing everything out. What's the good? Oh, it's probably just talking about Pokemon. It's like, what's a good member? I'll get to you momentarily, Mason. We did hang out yesterday. It was a fun time. Hopefully more times before I move. And get all that out of the way. Just gotta push that, or pull it rather. Probably could have timed it a little bit better to not have the lava spumes be a thing. Gotta get going. Lava spumes aren't even in this game though, because it's the fire Topolies. Let's see what the big old deal with Mason is while that's loading up. Looks like he's got something, but I'll still check it out later just to get the notification out of the way. Seems to be the same type of material in here. Maybe more readily accessible for interaction. Let's go over here. It's like a diving board. Let's talk to Minda briefly in this water area of a fire location. That's weird. This place is pretty cool. Good place to take a bath. Cool and awesome. You know, double entendre. We are on limited air breathing, on borrowed time with our air, and hit that switch and it creates a magnetic field. However, since that makes for you to make your way up and you can defy gravity. Wonderful. Link's Universal Gravitation, Topsy-Turvy. Thinking that could be the title. Keep on moving so I don't go too slowly. I guess I can't really get too much right now. But if I need to, I'll come back with the compass. I didn't actually keep the map up for a while, so I'll just use that. Kind of a reprieve room, even if he has volcanoes on his head and everywhere. Ah! I thought I felt a presence, but what a surprise to find a young human. Word has come to me of you, and if Goron has faith in you, then your heart must be true. I am one of the 4 Goron elders. Goromoto is my name. You're heroic, young human. Please, you must lend this tribe your power. Lend this tribe your power with this item, a key shard. You need all 3 shards to return the big key to its original shape. So that's an interesting gimmick. That is one of the key shards that, when merged together, form the key to the room where Darbus is being held. He is our patriarch. The key is split into 3 pieces. Each of us elders keeps a piece. You must hurry to the other elders. Other elders, haha. And it's kind of an homage to Ocarina of Time, seems like that, with the red eye of the Dodongo statue. I think that may be the intention. Dungeon map, we don't have it yet, but we do now. I thought it was that I grabbed, but it was a key. Yep. We don't need to repeat the stuff. We are the yellow arrow, and places we've already been have been marked. Another red rupee, wonderful for me. Don't want to get too overloaded with money. And this is considerably like a house area, so you can't really swing a sword, but you can toss the pots all you want. Link's gotta get his fill in. Gotta get used to metal after growing out of wood. We're moving up in the world. What's next? Fine leather? Gelatinous material, or gelatinous? However you wish to say it. Yeah, jumping over the tiny little bit of stuff you don't need to jump over. That pot's kind of moving. I'm just gonna ignore it for the time being. I like tossing rocks over the place, and oh man, I've made a grave mistake. Let's sneak around. Oh no, we failed. Phew! Free at last! Gracious! You're the nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we've found each other again, let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. We have reunited with Uku. Link's a little bit more content with it this time, being the step-boyfriend or stepfather to Uku Jr. Same stuff. No need for further explanations. She's gonna be a mainstay for the dungeons we go through, so get used to her. You know, so I haven't really thought of a good way to use her at this point, because this linear is pretty dungeon, or dungeon pretty linear, if you prefer to say it like that. Alright, we have an option of which ways to go, and something I like doing when you're on anti-gravity stuff, you could go first person and walk forward. It's kind of weird because it acts like you're wanting to sidestep even though you are clearly holding forward, just because of the changing landscape of this thing. Alright, let's see. Yep, we've already been in this area, we're just moving up in the world, you know? So likewise, once we get this way, I believe we are in a similar location, and look up at the roof and there's plenty of things. It's like you keep revisiting the same rooms, but with different surprises. And surprise! Time for a magnetic field. Maybe to no surprise though. Alright, this is a big room of metal, so we're probably going to be trudging along here for a little bit, especially with me missing these enemies. I did enjoy doing this practice, just flip it over so you can walk yourself forward, but you can't swing your sword while you're in this mode, but it's pretty cool to look at it like this. You're still moving at the same speed, but it's going to help to look at your map to find out where you want to go, because there is a particular item chest I'm looking for. A non-item chest. Okay, moving backwards to go forwards. Turn left to go right. Turn right to go left. Let's see. I want to make it to like one of the northern edges. That's the way out. So it's at a dead end. Okay, I think it's just around the rock. Judging by the way the map is, you can't roll with this thing, and it's kind of going anti-gravity with my hat too. Is there like a magnet at the end of my cap that makes it go up when it should be going down? Or maybe it's just the wind steam stuff left off by the fiery caverns everywhere that's making it do that. I don't know, headcanon. Probably kill these guys because they could try to target me and knock me down, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. They're not actively doing horrible things. Let's do this. Oh man, that chest is upside down. Why is it like that? And you could walk all the way over if you wish to do some flippy flues, but there's no need for that. I think you do need to walk back up to get things as they are. But anyway, the first piece of heart here in the Goron Mines. 3 more for another full heart container. Yep, I think I'm just gonna backtrack back to the middle of the room. We already saw the way we need to go for the exit, but that's what we'll be doing. Well, it took a hot minute, or a hot minute and 17 seconds later, but we are finally about there, and I'm making puns with the word hot unintentionally. It was in my mind, but I didn't say the words until this point. Man, those torches almost look like BMOs. Man, fire BMOs, that would be difficult to deal with. Fiery lasers at me. I'm gonna save the drop down at this point, unless I was right at the point where I would have fallen down. But things were convenient enough in that things were convenient to me. I don't know why I drive my words back home like that. These guys are back again with its clipping stuff. I mean, yeah, you could stick it through if it was all fluffy like in the material osmosified through, even though it's more of a water thing. Permutation of water because of stuff. Permutation is a good thing. I mean, yeah, ability. I want to finish you like that. Don't swing your stuff. I do have a quarter heart of damage in that I was dealing with torch shells so weirdly. I made the motions of going around you. Hey, finally doing this pose. I'm pretty sure it happened a couple times on screen, yeah. After killing Skulltulas in the Forest Temple. But we are in the next so-to-speak temple. It's not called a temple, it's Goron Mines. And yes, pressing on that switch makes those magnetic things move around, and also makes an electromagnetic field. Let's see, I guess that's our entry point. Just gonna wait for the next ride. Bus to Grand Central Station. Like, I guess Constipation? Nah. Let's go upside down. Okay, don't really want to go like this though, because we are on borrowed time to get moving along. Let's get ready to hit like that. Spin attack around you, try to build a piece at the same time, and do the finishing. Okay, could have been a little swifter with it. Who am I to gauge how I'm doing? Yeah, it's kind of good to do that if you're trying to cut corners. Wait, why am I taking those things off for? Gotta keep them on if I want to go on to the electromagnetic field. The way those things were making mechanical noises, I thought it was the Shadow Beast fight music, pretty much anything in the world and stuff. It also kind of pops up in finding Shadow Carter-Rocks as well. But that's for a different time in a different world of Twilight. Let's grab me a little bit of rubies, yeah, grab, make sure we're leaving no box undestroyed or barrel. Alright, back and forth between things. Go from fire and steel to water and steel, bugs now with these red tektites. That's where you guys have all been hiding. Destroy you so you're not problematic for me. Alright, yeah, thought I didn't have the map up. Oh, there's something immediately that we can go to, and something down there. But I see chest, I see wonderful things, I see a gem thing that I could interact with, but it's not quite in my reach, because you cannot reach it with your slingshot. I'll test it when I'm on my way up there, just to prove it to you. It's pretty important to get a small key there. Looks like the bubbles are clipping all around. Let's go ahead and go up so we can swim a little bit faster. Swimming just makes you surface up. So surface area. I don't need to destroy those underwater schools. Just none of them. I think you could like push that thing around. Let me see about that. Yeah, you could, but there's no need for that. Continue. Just walk your way through. Go under the boxes so you can hit your head and get a brain concussion and not have to continue this journey and let the world fall into turmoil in Twilight. But no, that's for a different timeline. Let's do that. Always not immediately on. Surprise thing. Yeah, this is kind of fun to do. Jump and then do it while you're midair. Something we'll need to do a little bit more of as we get to convenient areas. Something's held by a chain there. That's not actually what we need to do. We just need to step onto that to make this magnetic field come around. Just a little bit around that though. Maybe it's just got a little charge thing underneath it that's making the field happen. I don't know. And here's where we have a little bit of fun. Yeah, but I was about to say, like, it was weird. It would be weird if the thing was lined up right there, but you just put your thing on right there and play a little bit of chicken or cuckoo. A good old game of cuckoo. And we had to go for. Keep confusing myself thinking I hear the enemy music. Alright, here's where I prove things. You can't hit it with that. You can't hit it with that. You know how you can walk on with it. So you must slash it with wonderful metal. Only metallic things to deal with here. Kind of feels like it's being not helpful for me with the way the timer's going. It almost seems unnecessary. So I should probably speed things up swiftly. Oh, look at that! Emos and Boltwings. Let's kill you with the stabby stew. You again with another stabby struken. Okay, just make sure my timer is actually going cumulatively. Yeah, you can hit that if you want to open it up again, but there's no need. Hello, Beamos dudes. I shall avoid you for the time being, because I don't really have a way. This I won't work on them. I'm kind of scared if you went a little close with their whole broom thing, but who am I to explain things without showing them? No, that would be 2013 me. Okay, make sure yeah, there is a chest over that way, so I could have saved a little bit of time, but if anything, I can chalk it up to being confused with the mirror mode stuff, even though I knew that was way to the objective and not the optional thing being this chest. We are almost there. Let's do it. We have arrived to the place where we can open up the chest that I was hyping up for whatever reason. Well, it's pretty hype-tastic. Our second piece of heart. A usual rule of thumb is that there's going to be 2 pieces of heart in every dungeon, so assume things will be like that. So that makes number 8, completing our collectible heart container pieces in the Goron Mines. So we're at a cumulative 20.5 minutes, but a little bit being edited out for introing and stuff, and also the slow walking around on the ceiling previously. So I think we're making pretty decent time. Just slash that rope so you can get your way through. Hello, Beamos. It's a death wish to be doing things like this. Oh, I thought I had to climb around again. I was just, excuse me, barely not close enough to climb up. Yeah, Demos can be quite scary if you don't deal with them swiftly enough. Alright, here we come to another hub room of sorts, even though they've all been kind of hub rooms because we've been going back and forth with them. But we'll be dealing with this area a little bit more, especially with all these archers around. Let's see if I can be skillful. Probably could have waited until I took a little bit more damage. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to reach all the way over there. Okay, it actually did shoot way back down, so let's see if I can get my arc well enough. I blinked away your arrow there, so keep my upward movement. Yeah, there you go. Hit you in the nuts with my deck of nuts, even though they're deck of seeds, but still, what's the difference? Try a little something like that. Thought that was a little overshot, but that's how we do. Look at me being skillful. You think that aiming up a little bit more will mess up the trajectory. There goes those three guys. There's a few guys a little bit closer, but I'll get closer to deal with the closer guys because that makes sense. Where are they? They're not like immediately a threat. I thought that there were more around. Maybe they'll show the face when they do, or not. Let's just see how we doing. I see that there's something that we could be doing down there, but I must grab the Scorpio at first to be at 292. It's a Owen number, I know for sure, because Johto added another 100. So I'll predict it and say shift tree and see how close I am. Put that on screen in post-production for a little bit of a fun thing to do. And something that's also not required. It's a step new to the HD version, of course. The Hylian letter H. So yeah, this is kind of helpful in helping you learn the Hylian alphabet. So you can read things off screen and just see how gibberish it is, or if it's actually legitimately correct, which the way things are on the map screen are correct, which is why I got confused with the whole Ordon Spring, Ordon Woods thing. So yeah, Ordon Woods actually does exist. I always thought it was like a typo on the things, but that little bit is technically called Ordon Woods, even though it's where you meet Pharaon. It's the deeper part of Pharaon Woods is how things go. Anyway, what am I trying to do? I don't need to push that thing. I do need to get a key before we go too far. Okay. Well, there's a chest right there. Just gotta be skillful to avoid the BMOs. Sound like it's any sort of problem. Scratch my nose while I'm doing this to get the small key that we need. Yeah! I think there is another stamp for us to get at, but actually I don't think we can get it at this point in the game. Yeah. We already came from there, so we just need to jump like that instead of making movements of certain proportions. So we can go this way to a darker room, but still water-tastic. Still don't have the compass, but I'm sure we'll be making our way back around, you know? Back around downtown. That's your hard mode thing if you want to follow that, because if we can get the camera going, I guess we can't. There's 3 smaller things if you wanted to do it like that. But I prefer violence or something. Some tech-types down there if we want to deal with them, but we'll be wrapping our way around, just starting off with things right here. The second Goron room. So here's another elder dude. Pretty cool little brother. With his, what even is that? It's like a poppy pool to smoke out of. Yeah. Let's just talk to him. Oh, the young human. I'm pleased to see you make it this far, brother. I'm one of the 4 elders of the Goron tribe. I'm called Gorabizo. You've heard of the plight of our patriarch. Otherwise, you would not have come to see me. Here, take this, brother. Take that thing to smoke the dank rock out of it. Oh, man. Now that I think about it, that'd be weird. Especially with his appearance. Key shard number 2. Now there is one more shard, but seeing you has reminded me of the dangers that line the path to it. There's something that may help you, a weapon said to have been left in this mine by a hero of old. It is beyond price, and so we have protected it through generations. Now when our tribe balances on the brink of ruin, it could aid in our salvation. The hero's weapon is stored safely up ahead. Talk to the guard and take it with you, with the blessing of the Gorons. Sounds like fun to me. I've got a green type of deal. It's a whole green room instead of the red one with the Goromoto. I'm surprised remembering his name. Gorabizo, Goromoto. Just gotta see if I can remember the third one, even though he's not really much more useful aside from giving us the final piece of the key shard we need. No more Uku duplicates to get from here. 25 minutes overall, but if I want it to be the average 25-30 minute video, I still need to do a little bit more. So I may actually, yep, here's where I can just drop down. I was about to go back to the Pilates thing. I don't know why that was just a word that came to mind. Once I get to the edge of that wall is where I can safely drop down. Don't trust things right here because I'm not really lined up with the green on the map. Let's get ready. Let's risk it right here and do me a jump attack. Yeah. almost barely did make it, and knowing my luck, it probably would have made me bounce backwards, but that's more of an Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask physics deal. I think also a little bit of Breath of the Wild, but not quite a big deal in this game. Alright, we have a big open room to go into, so let's go into said big open room. Yes, indeed, we shall. Up to 27 minutes on the Audacity, 26 minutes on the stopwatch, and we got a metal barred door. Still gotta get used to this stuff. Destroying wood. Just gotta live and let die, out with the old in with the new. Big battlefield. Big dude. Whoa! Human! What business does a human have coming here? None! No business! This is a forbidden place! I will protect this treasure from you. Another not exactly violent type of mini-boss. This is Dan Goro, after fighting Ook, that was infested with a parasite. This guy's just protecting the treasure. Of course, we're gonna need our iron boots. Let's get ready to do some slappy slashes before he slaps us. Just do some stabs right to his belly, and then you can get ready to grab onto him if I wasn't gonna do it there. Just throw him right off. Okay, almost not there. Whoa, he's kind of things close to the edge. He might actually hit me here. No, yeah, he's gonna roll. Link always has to toss behind him, so I could have been a little bit better about that, but just kind of on the edge. Giving me Mario 64 feels. Hey, you doing that is only convenient for me. Just get ready to toss it that way. You can kind of direct how you go with the control stick. What you don't have to do with Bowser's, what you have to do with this guy. 3 hits, that should be enough. But no, it's a 3 cycle thing. No! Am I gonna have to start this fight over again? Probably. Things being like this. Starting up with the music again. I'm just gonna cut after the first little bit of the fight and remember to actually use my boots this time, you know? Phase 1 ended. He almost crushed me right in the head. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I taking off my boots? I still need to do that to reset the conditions. Oh, should be an easy second hit right here. So he needs 9 hits this time. Let's see if I can in now. No, it's a 3-phase fight. Okay, let's not get too risky. Just keeping it easy for me. Just gotta wait for him to actually start chalking up his punch. It feels like he should be doing different attacks, but not really changing too many variables. I could have tossed to the right, but it probably would have made it where I needed to throw even more. So just throw to the left to finish this thing off. Without bringing him to the edge of life, though. Just popping off his armor. Oh, that hurt a lot. Who knew that humans were capable of such feats of strength? You look like a dang onion, boy. Maybe you are going to see the patriarch of our tribe? Sounds about right. Ah, so that is why you are here. In that case, take the weapon of the hero of the past. But in exchange, you must save the patriarch of our tribe. Well, sounds like a done deal. He's gonna use his wonderful powers to bring the lava world wonderfully back. I need to quit using that descriptive word. I don't know why, I was just saying it hasn't filled up to fill in empty space. With skills like yours, even the Patriarch can be brought back to his senses. Take the hero's weapon and save our Patriarch. And that we shall do. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, where we'll be going into that room. I thought I was looking back and forth at the room I've already been to, but that is the way we need to go. To get the item of this dungeon, I'm sure you know what it is, and be able to clean house, or mines rather, and finish things off. Until then, don't toast yourself, even if we are in a pretty toasty place here.